What's going on, guys? If you haven't heard about it, this is the Rabbit R1, which is supposedly able to interact with user interfaces on Android, iOS, and the web, and it's able to complete actions on your behalf just like a human assistant would. So in the demo video, they show it in training mode where they train it to book an Airbnb. And what it does is the AI observes you while you complete those actions to book an Airbnb. And then once it's done observing you, it's able to complete that task for you. So if it's true that you can train it on any app, then why not train it on the Amazon Flex app to be able to schedule blocks for you? So maybe this could be a $200 block grabber. Let's check out the demo video from the company and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
A large action model, or as we call it, LAM, is a new foundation model that understands human intentions on computers.
So basically what they mean is you can talk to it, tell it to complete a task, and the Rabbit AI will understand.
Through it, we can teach RabbitOS how to use specific applications.
I'm teaching a rabbit how to book an Airbnb. While I'm operating normally as a human on the left screen, watch closely on the right as the large action model is learning all my inputs and imitating my behavior in real time.
So basically, to speed it up, this guy goes through the Airbnb process of booking and he inputs his filters. He finds an Airbnb that he likes and he books it. And while he's doing that, the Rabbit AI is observing all of that inputs. And once he's done, the Rabbit AI then knows how to book Airbnbs.
Each training only takes a few minutes and does not require access to an application programming interface, also known as an API, nor do you need anything installed on your device. You only need to train each workflow once.
So with the Rabbit R1, you don't have to write any code. You just complete the actions like you normally would in training mode while the Rabbit AI is observing. So you could imagine on the Amazon Flex app, if it could observe that action of you catching a block, then the Rabbit AI would, in theory, be able to complete that task on your behalf.
Let's try to use RabbitOS and instead book a room in London.
So what he does here, he uses the Rabbit R1 device after it's been trained to book a room in London. And all he does is uses his voice, and the Rabbit AI goes through the Airbnb process just like it learned. And then it presents him with the Airbnbs and he selects one and confirms it, and the Rabbit AI books it.
The large action model supports mobile apps, web apps, and professional desktop apps. It learns directly on the user interfaces and acts on them. We have already started the training process for the most popular apps.
So he said here we already started the training process for the most popular apps. So it could be that only the most popular apps are going to be supported on this device. But the users who have the Rabbit R1, they do say that you'll be able to train it yourself just like he did in the video. So maybe you can do it on other apps as well.
The ultimate goal of Rabbit is to define the first natural language operating system that replaces apps on your device. It's time for the machines to do some serious homework.
So basically what the Rabbit R1 is trying to do is replace apps so you don't really need to interact with apps going around clicking user interfaces. Eventually the Rabbit AI will become smart enough to be able to do all that for you, and all you'll have to do is tell it what you want, like, hey Rabbit, go play a song on Spotify, and then after you're done playing a song, you tell it, after the song's over, order me a pizza. So based on the demos I've seen of this device, it does have potential that you'll be able to train it on Amazon Flex to catch blocks, but there's the issue of the Amazon Flex driver terms of service, and there's the issue of will it be fast enough to actually secure a block if it has to send data back and forth from the cloud in order to make decisions, then it might be too slow. And then there's also maybe the Rabbit R1 will be able to solve CAPTCHA puzzles, but there's definitely some legal issues that the company would have to deal with there because CAPTCHAs aren't supposed to be solved by bots. So if it's able to do that, if it's smart enough to do that and can be trained to do that, then they might have to disable that eventually because they'll definitely end up facing legal pressure. So for a $200 device, I think it's worth it. I've ordered mine. I should have it around July. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it when I get mine. I'll be definitely trying this out to train it on Amazon Flex and other apps to see if we can make the Rabbit AI Companion a gig worker's ultimate utility. Let me know what you guys think about this device. Would you buy it for $200? Do you think it's worth it? And what would you do with it if you had it? I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.